Just sort of like defurs them.
He skins them.
Yeah, he skins them alive. He just like pulls all the fibers out of the skin.
Yeah, no, Ronan demolishes them. Wait, oh my god, get off. He jumped in my lap. Okay, take him. I just don't want him to eat the string because that could hurt him.
Why he loves Scooby? You can hear the screams of Scooby dying in the background.
It's so funny. He just like loves, I think he just has like a kill like drive, you know?
Mm-mm.
He's just gotta, I don't know, maim and thrash and decapitate. It's
Yeah,
my son.
Napoleon doesn't have that. He just wants to skin out alive, which is maybe more concerning.
The slow torture is more his jam.
Uh-huh. He just wants to torture the poor thing.
Oh my god.
Although, what's also funny is that Napoleon only really plays with toys if I'm sitting with him. Like, he doesn't really play with toys by himself. But if I come sit on the bed with him, he'll start chewing stuff. So I don't know what that means.
That's how Ronan is. Yeah, well, I mean, that sounds kind of like a pack mentality where like he's safest when he's with,
Yeah.
excuse you.
I'm trying to talk.
Like he's safest when you're with him, so then he can like let loose and not concentrate on like guarding or anything.
Yeah.
Ronan only eats like after I get my food, because like I'll give him his food in his bowl, but he won't eat, and then I'll go down and bake whatever for me, and I bring it up, and then he starts eating.
Oh, cute. Napoleon used to do that, but he's lost his patience in his old age.
He's allowed.
Uh-huh.
God, stop eating the fluff. Go get your fishy.
Must consume.
Oh my god, this whole stream is gonna be
You fighting with Ronan.
uh-huh.
That's basically how talking with you is like.
They're just getting the authentic experience.
Uh-huh, it's the authentic Morgan experience. Every so often you get to hear Ronan losing his gourd in the background.
Oh, I don't want to redo this first chapter again.
Oh man, you're a mess.
It sucks, man.
I warned you.
I know. I just got so impulsive and impatient. Was like, I like this style. Let's do it.
I know. Just committed to the bit.
I do commit to things.
Oh, what's this table you've got?
Oh, it's in the beginning of the chapter, it's like you zoom in on like the little dresser that has like the absinthe bottle and stuff in it, and then you slowly are gonna zoom in to her and the bottle, and then she gets poured out of it.
It's very charming little table.
I'm glad. Yeah, I have the reason I'm keeping the first two panels because I don't have time to redo the whole theater. And I really like how it turned out the first time. So, but the lined work for the zoomed in parts was too different, so I'm have to redraw it. But yeah, I was trying to set the scene.
I'm glad that you're reusing what you can. That's good.
Yeah. I mean, technically the lines are too detailed for the theater, but I like it a lot and I don't feel like going back and doing it again.
It's
So
fine. It's special.
uh-huh. Um and it's just like the line work that I would change because I kind of want the interiors to be kind of watercolor washy anyway. So it's like not that big of a difference.
Do you still have the construction file for that panel?
Yeah.
Okay. So you feasibly could change the lines. I mean, not that you should.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just so much work and I wouldn't really change it that much. So
yeah, that's fair.
Since it's like a zoom out, it's not like I have a ton of little lines and stuff. But I did for the table and stuff, so I need to redo it. I might also change the colors up a little bit more. But yeah, but just doing like 2 to 3 pages a week is so much more manageable to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Well, it'll
like
also
thinking
be
of
way more manageable now that you don't have a gazillion things to do on each panel.
uh-huh. Well, and I've noticed that when I do page designs instead of just the webtoon format, um, I spend less time on each individual panel because I think of it as a whole and not as each panel.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was doing the webtoon format, it was so easy for me to get caught up in like each panel, not thinking about it as a whole. So I would spend way too much time per panel. I don't know. I've just been better at conceptualizing pages.
Good. I mean, I think it's more fun to have comics in full pages anyways, because there's so much more like character to both having the full page and having individual panels.
Yeah. Yeah, and I totally there's web comics that I love on webtoons and the vertical scroll helps enhance it so much. It's just not something that I think works for me personally.
Yeah, something about both considering the flow of the panel and the flow of the page makes it more interesting anyways. Like I know that there's still flow to the vertical format, but it's like easier to just make everything go down. I don't know.
Yeah, well, and my brain has had a hard time thinking vertically, like thinking about the flow going down. It's been so hard to think about how I want things to like set up the panels. Because there's people that are so good at it on webtoons and the way that they'll like blend panels together into seamless gradients and it's really nice, but I get so caught up in like I don't know, I guess making it super cinematic that I like completely miss the point of panels. But at least with page design, it's like, okay, here's the panels. These are the set boundaries of this panel. Here's the flow in this direction. So it'll be good. Plus, I really like printed comics, so I would like it to be in printed format.
Mm-hmm.
Were you thinking about submitting your comic onto a platform?
I was thinking about it. I'm not sure where it belongs though, because it's like a singular, really short thing.
I mean, people post whatever on Webtoons or Tapas. Um, I will say the one Webtoons is strict with nudity things.
Uh,
Um, so the one panel of the surgery markings, they'd probably censor
eat
or
it.
like, yeah, I know it's dumb. There's like a dumb double standard between like their featured artists and the canvas creators. Um,
Also, like the thing that makes me mad is that like if it's a male coded character, there's nothing wrong with showing nipples. But the
I
minute
know.
it's like a female coded nipple, they're like, oh, it's nudity. Like, my ass, man.
Oh, I know. It sucks.
Literally a comic about gender, and you're gonna sit here and judge the nip nops based on your perceived understanding.
I know. It's
Bad.
really lame.
Bad, 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 bad.
I agree.
I would rather them take the stance that Art Fight does, where they're like, no, like any nip nop at all is considered nudity.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, because at least then it's equal representation.
right, right. Like I'm okay with that because at least you can be like, okay, well, you know, it's not on the basis of gender. It's just on the basis of that nipples are sort of secondary sex characteristics,
Mm-hmm.
and I can drive with that. But eat it. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
All humans are make the same nipples in the womb.
Yeah. It sucks because um Webtoons is very like they pride themselves on being family friendly. And unfortunately that means that a lot of content gets censored. But I think they could just have like a mature tag or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or like more adult content. I don't know. And they're like so strict with their creators that aren't featured. But the comics that are featured, they like give them all this leniency to do things, and it's like I don't know, that's kind of shitty.
Yeah, that's gross. If you're gonna do it, do it. Like if you're gonna sit there and
Yeah,
say we're a family-friendly platform, no nudity, then stand by that. Don't let some people do it.
yeah,
It's so bad.
yeah. So I've been sweating because I was like, oh god, a lot of my comic is trying to like destigmatize, you know, female nudity. Well, and like the difference between empowerment and objectification. So
Uh huh.
don't know how that's gonna go.
I mean, is there a reason to post to webtoons over tapas?
I'm gonna do both, but I real Webtoons has like the biggest audience reach out of any of
Mm.
the web comic platforms.
Mhm.
So you have the highest chances of like even if you're not featured, there's so many ways for you to earn some kind of monetary compensation. Just because of like the amount of followers, and then you can get a Patreon, and then you can get ad revenue, and
Mhm.
so there's perks to Webtoon. Like I want to do it, not even expecting to be featured or anything, but just to get it out there. Uh, it's like one of the best ways to have your comic marketed without really having to market it yourself.
What if
Obviously,
I
I would try and market it myself, but
what if I just post
I mean, you can.
what if I just post and wait to see if they take me down?
Yeah, I mean, you can. Um, see how long it takes. That's so funny.
It's just some nip nops, y'all. Chillax.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's like a Reddit thread of people that have had their comics, like they got contacted by Webtoon. And one of them, like, they weren't even, like, they didn't even draw nipples or anything. You know, it was kind of like Kill la Kill when they're naked.
Mm-hmm. They don't have any like
Uh,
real definition.
yeah, but you can tell that they're not wearing clothes. And, you know, they got flagged for nudity. So apparently you have to like conceal their body in some way. That's why when Abigail's coming out of the absinthe, she has like a weird like liquid dress kind of thing. Because I didn't want her to be naked because then she'd get flagged.
What if I do like they do in like Japanese dojin? They're like not allowed to show the tip of the penis, but they can show the rest of it. So there's like
a bar.
Yeah, just like a little black bar.
I mean, you could try. I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that censor bars don't count, but
Oh, come on.
because I'm sure there's a lot of boys love comic artists that tried to do that.
Come on. Let us have fun.
I know, it's lame.
Mhm. Also, yeah, Ian, that is funny. Ian says, everyone works from home, so I don't know how not safe for work makes sense anymore.
Everything is safe now.
Nobody can see my crimes. I'm at home. Yeah, I also don't see why nudity is the thing that's targeted. Like, I get why, like, sexuality might be targeted, like, save the children, but I don't see why kids would be scarred by seeing, like, a titty.
I will say, after working at the museum as long as I did, um, people don't have the mental maturity to handle titties and dicks.
But see, if they
And
were exposed to them more
yeah,
as they grew up, then maybe it wouldn't be so big of a deal.
God, if I had $1 for every time someone giggled at a poor statue's nether regions, I would never have to work again.
Why? Why, you children?
Especially like the little, you know, the little cherubs. They just be giggling and looking and being like, hey, look at it. I was like, oh, you think this is funny? Like, it's like the 50th time I've heard that today.
What's funnier to me is not when kids do it. It's when like teens and adults do it. It's
Yeah.
like y'all, yeah, it's got dick. Chillax.
Yeah, the worst part was a lot of our female like statues, the chest area was like a different color, which means that people had touched it more.
Mm.
So like our Cleopatra statue that was an American, her like titty is like a darker color because of like the wearing away from all the hands that have like fondled her.
Leave
Um
her alone.
It's so bad. It's like,
She
God,
did not
even
consent.
statues are. Yeah. Yep, it sucks. Yeah, I think there was some guy that came with like a cowboy hat and he cracked a joke about her being topless. That was a grown ass man.
Come
Although he
on.
did have a cowboy hat, so he kind of
So
he knew who he was about.
is he a grown ass man? Is he?
Debatable.
Ian, I don't see this as a bad thing.
What did Ian say?
Ian said, "My dad raised me around a lot of boobies. Boobs and art, boobs and models. I'm gay now. Nudity made me gay. Boobs are dangerous."
I love the idea that seeing boobs scarred you so much. Oh my god, he's trying. No, don't eat the bee, Ronan. Oh my god, get back inside,
Why do
Ronan. No.
you why do you trust him to be outside when you're not staring at him?
Get. Oh my god, it's the same bee from earlier, and I know because this poor bee has just been trying to chill on the banister because Ronan punched it earlier. And it dropped and he tried to eat it again. You're
He's cruel.
terrible. No, you're not going out again. Oh my god. Well, I'm glad that anyone watching this is gonna
Get some sweet, sweet audio poison.
me screaming. He charged at the bee and put it in his mouth. Does anyone want a dog? Oh yeah, Ian, I wonder if your comment did. Ian asked if his comment that got blocked.
YouTube said no, apparently.
Wow, I feel like all of our videos are like demonetized for that reason. Not that we were gonna get money anyway, but like there was no chance.
Fine. If we couldn't curse and talk about boobies, we would not have much to talk about on stream.
That's kind of sad.
It's not
No,
bad.
you're not going out there. Let us be free.
Let me comment on how your standards for nipple censorship is stupid.
Mm-hmm. Tell you what, man, the Procreate tool that like where you hold the line and it straightens for you is a godsend.
Mm. See, inside, that's just like a button that you press. Like once you press the button, it makes all of your lines straight, and then once you turn it off, it stops doing that. So every time I have to watch somebody hold the line for a really long time and they're doing something that's like all straight lines, I am frustrated for them. I'm like, oh.
See, I've never had a program that even did it, so just being able to hold it for a second is wonderful to me.
Good. I'm happy. See, for me though, like boobs are not sexual. I'm reacting to Ian's comments. I'm not just keep coming back to it.
Gonna say this really like got you going.
No, I'm just reading Ian's comments. You need to pull up the comments, you fool.
I'm on the YouTube one, so I just see whatever.
Yeah,
so I can see.
He's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just didn't. It just popped up as soon as you started talking about the
Oh.
boobs. So I didn't see the comment. So you just started to talk about boobs again.
I'm stuck here.
Hear me scream.
Yeah, see, the thing that's weird to me is that boobies are not inherently sexual to me. It's just like a part of a body. So like why are we not supposed to talk about that? Why is that supposed to be taboo?
Yeah.
It's the same as like
I think,
people breastfeeding in public. Like the baby's gotta eat, bro.
yeah, it's because we're Puritan country.
Bad, hate it.
Um, I think maybe artists also are more comfortable with nudity just because that was just part of it was normal for us. Um,
Yeah, but even before then, well, I guess I'm also just not a sexual person, so I don't know if that contributes to it, but
my God, Ronan is like scratching at the door. He really wants that bee.
Ronan, you're just gonna get stung, idiot.
Honestly, I'm about to just let him at this point.
That would be reasonable. I wouldn't judge your
but,
parenting.
but then I have to deal with the repercussions of that, and
You do.
I don't. The backside of the knee. Tell me more, Ian.
Yeah, Ian, what are your knee fantasies like?
I got a really sweet YouTube comment. Uh, it was another webcomic creator who was like, "Oh, I'm enjoying, listening to the streams while I work on my webcomic." And I was like, obviously, I was really excited, but also I was like, I'm so sorry. Also, that this is. It's like I'm sorry that you'll have to sit through hours of
Us having
rambling.
weird conversations.
Yeah. Can't promise that I'm coherent through a lot of them.
Honestly, today I was so tired, and I almost messaged you to be like, maybe I shouldn't because I'm not gonna have anything interesting to say. I'm so sleepy. I'm just gonna be like, haha, booby.
That's all you got for tonight.
That's it.
What thought?
Breathe a nip nop.
So funny.
Webtoons, why won't you let me show my titty to the world? The heck? Unfair. What if I tell you
Yeah.
it's not a girl titty? What if it's an NB titty? What will you do then?
Yeah. Unfortunately, Webtoon is still very binary when it comes to
Yeah. No, I figured.
like, which is a bummer.
Let me show my NB nip knot.
My gay nips. Yeah, there's anyone lets you touch their knee armpit thing. See, anytime someone touches the back of my knee, I like collapse because it's like, well, I guess it is a very sensitive area, so maybe you're right, Ian.
Whoa!
But I don't consider that like, I don't know, a sexual thing. I just think of it as if someone were to whack me here, that's how I go. That's how you take me down.
I mean, that's the case with like penises though, so maybe it is sexual.
So what you're saying is any part of the body that just incapacitates you is sexual.
Yes. Maybe. Don't ask me. I am small and stupid. I don't remember Fantastic Mr. Fox, Ian, so I don't know who Ash is in that regard. But I did think for a moment that you were telling me that Ash Ketchum for Pokemon was trans, and I was about to wholeheartedly agree with you. Yes, absolutely, you are correct. Can't believe Ian's
now we're
trying
just
to awaken your knee armpit fetish.
now we're just gonna go through the list of different characters that
Are trans? All of them. Surprise, everyone is trans.
his ability to Vulcan pinch, very sensual.
I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna take your word for it.
Yeah, I'm one of the few that never got into Star Trek or Star Wars, and I know that that's bad, but
No, it's really not. Star Wars is bad. Maybe this is a hot take, and maybe everybody's gonna hate me, but Star Wars is bad.
now no one will listen to our channel ever again.
No. I think Star Wars was a marvel for its time, and it definitely deserved all of the praise that it got in its time. But you know, sometimes it's okay to let things die.
Yeah, I think that's the problem is it was one of those like live long enough to be a villain type thing.
Mhm. Mhm.
Or if they just got better writers,
Mhm.
maybe that would have helped.
That being said, I think the newer ones are more successful than the older ones. I just don't think that the concept is all that interesting anymore. Like, wow, they're in space, they fight.
Yeah, I think the old ones have nostalgia factor.
Yeah.
I think the new ones definitely suffer from writing issues. Like the CGI is great.
Mhm.
Um, and my dad really, really likes Star Wars just because, you know, he grew up when it first came out, so he's really nostalgic for it.
Mhm.
And I would go with him to see it in theaters. And I forget the last one that we went to see. And I didn't really enjoy it, but he really did. And then I felt bad because every time, you know, a new one would come out, he'd be like, "Oh my gosh, we have to go see this in theaters," because that was kind of a way that we would bond um before COVID times. And it just got to the point where I was like, "Boy, I hope he forgets about this movie so we don't have to go see it in theaters." So I don't want to
You
have
know
to
you can tell
sit.
people you don't like things, right?
Well, he like I feel so guilty because my dad is like he gets so excited for things and he wants to go so bad and I don't want to crush his dreams.
I mean, you can just tell him you'd rather go see a different movie.
Yeah, but he really likes very specific movies.
Yeah.
Um and that's how I feel the same with like he'd want to go see like military ones too.
Mhm.
Um and I had my fill of military movies,
Yeah.
especially because, like, again, sweet as pie, but he would lean over and be like, "That's an F-22, whatever." It's like, "This movie did it wrong. Machine guns never sound like that." And it's like, shh, I'm trying to watch the movie. I don't care what a machine gun sounds like in real life. Or he would just be like, "Wow, tactical maneuvers, not accurate at all. They would never do that. It's like, it's a movie. You wanted to see this. Are you not enjoying it? You recommended this one. So now every time a military movie would come out, he'd be like, "Oh, Morgan, let's go see this." And I was like, "Is it accurate? Like, are you actually going to enjoy this?" I don't
Or is
know.
this some sort of like self-punishment? Like, are you just looking to be annoyed?
Yeah. Oh, and he would like explain for a really, really long time. And people are sitting next to us trying to watch the movie, and he's not a good whisperer. You know, he does that thing where he tries to talk softly, but he's basically still just like talking normally.
Uh-huh.
And we're in he's not even whispering. And I'd tell him to because it's like no one cares that an F-22 doesn't look like this. Anyway, I love my dad, but you know, there are certain movies that are harder to go see in public when your father is a Marine. Oh, Ronan just tooted and scared himself.
Oh my god. That dog is
Yeah,
a mess.
you did that. You did that. Go lay down. You've done enough damage today. I'm pretty sure you murdered a bee. I don't know if he's still alive. They're endangered, and you said, fuck that.
Well, he is too dumb to understand the concept that the bee deserves to live.
I know, it just makes me sad.
I know.
That bee had so many flowers to pollinate.
Owning a dog is like owning a small little destroyer in your house. Like
no,
they
you're not going
crave
out
death.
There. They do. Oh, yeah, Ian, Ronan is king of clearing a room.
So funny.
No, you annoy me. Go lay down. Oh my god.
There's this song on TikTok. Well, I wish I could remember how the melody goes, but the lyrics are like "Stinky baby, stinky baby," and then they're like, "You smell like wet beef or maybe old tuna salad."
That's exactly.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's too real. No, you annoy me. Go away.
I keep
love
seeing
you.
that song in junction with videos of ferrets. It's very good.
Yeah, because ferrets are notoriously little stinkies.
They're also so wonderful.
They also steal a lot of things, which is so funny to me. They're little kleptos. I love the ferret that that one person that dresses them up and does like little cooking things with them.
Oh, cute.
They'll give them like a little chef's hat and they'll cook little dishes and the little ferret's tongue keeps coming out. It's so cute.
Yeah, sometimes I see videos where somebody is like playing with their ferret or something, and the ferret like yeets itself off of a couch and falls like 20 feet. And people in the comments are like, "Oh, I'm so worried about this ferret." And then like the other half of the comments are actual ferret owners being like, "Don't worry, man. They do this on a daily basis. They just wiggle and they flop and that's it."
my god.
What is he doing?
He's scratching at the door.
Well, oh, because he wants to go eat the bee.
Uh-huh.
No eating bees, Ronan. They're important to our ecosystem.
He's like, yes, I eat.
I eat bee.
Must consume.
If you eat bee, you will go to vet.
Yeah, we've already done enough trips to the vet, bud. We don't need to do that again. No.
There was a TikTok where a puppy ate a bee and the whole face was swollen. Poor baby.
Exactly what would happen to him. Oh, God. No. Oh my God, you torture my soul. Oops. Eesh. Eesh.
Apparently, in North Carolina, anybody who wants it can get a COVID vaccine on April 7th, I think is what.
Whoa. That's awesome.
Uh-huh. Which is wild. So
Dang.
if Virginia doesn't get their shit together, just come on down here. Get a shot.
Yeah. Well, that is really nice to know that at least by June I'll be able to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, Ronan. He also does the thing where he lays right on my wheels. Because God forbid if he's not touching me.
He has to be touching you at all times.
There you go. Good boy. Forget about the bee. Forget.
Go back to having a memory of a goldfish. Don't think about it.
Oh gosh, I need to hypnotize Ronan to not be scared of things.
Meanwhile, Popo is sleeping like a little angel. Huh? Hello, little angel. You can tell he's feeling better because his whole head is just hanging out of the bed now.
Aw. I'm glad he's doing better. We all have those days, Popo.
See, whenever I hear that phrase, I think of freaking.
High School Musical.
Is that
Everybody
what
has those too.
Yes,
Everybody knows what I'm
What I'm
talking
talking
about.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Anytime. Yeah, the early 2000s, man. What a wild time.
What a wacky, weird world we were in like the 90s and the 2000s. The aesthetic, bad. Like that's not like I love 90s and early 2000s aesthetic, but did anybody like go to art school during that time? Yeah, Ian, I'm making a species just for fun. Um, let me find. Here they are.
It's very good. It's so detailed too.
Thanks. Yeah, I don't know if anybody will like or care about them, because they're detailed.
We
but...
like and care about them.
Well, I just like usually species that do well are ones that are more simple because then more people can draw them. But I am chaotic and I need to have a lot going on.
Yeah. Yeah, be true to you, man. Also, I don't know if I consider kebs simple.
Yeah, but they're like a standard quadruped. Like the people add a lot of stuff to them, but if you have like a base keb, it's like drawing a dog but with extra steps. And let me tell you, furries can draw some dogs. Thanks, Ian. Oh no, now Ian's sending me furry adopt. Time to descend. I'm so weak. So weak for furry adopts.
I know.
Can't believe Morgan just sassed me. I just got straight up
Not a
sassed.
bad thing.
No, it's a good thing.
Live your truth.
You right.
Oh, I meant to tell you, Adriana, one of my friends, she watched the stream that one time. She said that your art is beautiful and you've really changed her opinion of furries because she didn't really know anything about them.
Aww.
But seeing your art has made her really like appreciate furries more.
Aw, I'm glad.
She was talking a lot about it the other night.
Hello, I
Because
would
we do
like
Nick Cage.
Nick Cage.
Huh?
Go.
Yeah, we do we do a Nick Cage movie night every Wednesday.
That's very good.
And she's brought it up multiple times.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been very well versed in the Cage lately.
Cage. That's hilarious.
He is like the weirdest guy.
Yeah. Well,
But he's honestly like a really good actor.
Yeah, well, that's what makes him wild. Is that, like, it's not like he is undeserving of his fame. It's just that he's weird.
Hmm.
He's just a wild
Yeah,
character.
yeah, yeah. He's something else. Yeah, because the more movies we've watched, we're like, honestly, Nick Cage is like the best actor in this movie. It's just he's like over the top, but that's part of his charm.
Mm-hmm.
Like his movies are memorable because of him. Like if he wasn't in it, nobody would know about the movie.
Sometimes I wonder if he picks weird movies just so that he can stand out in them.
You know, maybe he kind of had a Five Nights at Freddy's movie. It was called like Willy's Wonderland or something, and he's a mute, which honestly, if you have Nick Cage, why would you do that? But anyway, he's like this custodian at this like animatronic, kind of like Chuck E. Cheese. And anyway, the animatronics were part of like a satanic, well, so the people, there was a satanic cult, and they were all made up of like murderers or something, and bad people, and basically they did like a ritual to put their bodies in the animatronics, or like their souls. So this like Chuck E. Cheese place is just full of like psychotic killers, and Nick Cage is like this custodian with OCD, that like clockwork, he has to do this like ritual every night at his job. But he ends up killing all of the animatronics. And it's like just fighting them. Um Such a weird movie. Um yeah, he's a character, man. Gotta love him. Like I think a lot about National Treasure and stuff, and they're doing like a remake of it,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like not with Nick Cage. And it's like no one's gonna watch it without him.
That's
He's
the whole point. If you're gonna watch National Treasure, you do so because you
yeah,
want to watch Nick Cage run around for a few hours.
yeah. Well, and apparently the new like Nick Cage's role is gonna be like a Latina woman or something. And we were talking like, okay, when you think about it, like that's like Nick Cage got away with that shit in the movie because he was a white man. There's no way that, a woman, let alone a woman of color, is going to get away with stealing the national or the Declaration of Independence in this country. Like
Uh-huh.
the only people that get away with things are white men.
White men, yeah.
So I was like, good luck making that believable.
They should have made the Latina woman a cop or something.
Uh-huh.
That makes more sense to me, at least.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a nice little weekly little get together.
Nice.
Our standards, you go in being like, it doesn't matter if the movie is technically a bad movie. It'll always be a good one because of Nick Cage.
Well, I'm glad that I'm representing furries well, I guess. All I did was draw dogs with extra steps.
Yeah, but like a lot of people don't know about furries that much.
Yeah.
So, to her, this was like one of her first times really seeing like the actual furry, like an actual furry artist, like actually learning about the community that's not like a horrible stigma.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, sometimes I forget how much people aren't exposed to what furries really are. Um,
yeah.
and it's like I understand ignorance and I don't mind ignorance. It's more that like there's such a perception of negativity.
Hmm.
That's so frustrating.
Yeah.
Also, Ian is correct. He says, F crypto, adopt for the economy of the future. You're absolutely correct. Forget dollar bills. Let's trade in furry characters. Please and thank you.
I have been binge watching all of Betty Boop's cartoons um while I've been drawing as like a way to subconsciously learn how to draw the vintage style.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure I had like a weird nightmare about Betty Boop
Uh-oh.
the other night. Pretty sure she became my sleep paralysis demon.
No, no.
I like legitimately, you know, when you're in that weird realm of like you're falling asleep, so you're kind of lucid, but you don't know what's reality and what's not.
Mm-hmm.
I closed my eyes for, and sometimes I see things when I open my eyes and I'm like in that weird delirium. And like my Kogami wall scroll kind of freaks me out in the middle of the night because it like changes shape sometimes when I'm like, you know, really delirious and tired. And I could have sworn I just saw like Betty Boop where Kogami was. And I was like, what is happening?
She's coming to visit you,
Oh,
making sure you're not doing
I
any
mean,
crimes.
she's adorable. It's just, you know, when there's some things you don't necessarily want to see at 2 a.m.
No.
I also, you know, times are obviously different, but boy howdy were those cartoons super problematic sometimes.
I was gonna say, I don't think I could watch that only because I don't think I could handle the problematicness of them.
Some of them are very bad. Others, surprisingly, not as bad as I expected.
That's good.
Yeah, but oh my God, when they had, you know, a black woman and black child, it was awful.
Oh.
And I couldn't finish that one episode because I was like, this is disgusting. That I mean, obviously it's good that times are different, but it was just really hard
Yeah, the
to
fact that
watch
it was
some of
ever
them.
that bad is terrible.
Yeah. Well, and then, you know, the fact that, you know, Betty Boop, her like humanoid design was based on a oh my God. It just made the weirdest sound. Um was based on like a black burlesque or like performer.
Mm-hmm.
Um and obviously then she was whitewashed, but her whole like singing and her high pitched voice and her dancing routine was based on this woman. And then they, you know, just made her white. So it was kind of even grosser thinking about like
Yeah.
that.
Not only did they
Uh,
steal black culture, but then they straight up are hateful towards black people.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and not even like recognizing that, you know, this black woman was or the inspiration for this iconic character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw
Uh,
some like discourse about the Aunt Jemima thing. Um,
mhm.
and so much of it was so sad because it's like that person never existed. They just forced slaves to pretend to be that person,
Yeah.
which is so like I know things were terrible, but y'all, how can you justify that in your brain?
Yeah. Well, and then look at today, people are defending it and being like, why are you changing this logo? Like, there's nothing wrong with it. And it's like, one, you're white, so your opinion doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like,
Well, and the
two,
argument that I hear a lot of the time is that people are like, "Oh, well, she's like an upstanding um, character. Like, I like her as a person." But it's like, yeah, okay, but do you know where she came from?
Yeah.
You know?
And it's like yeah. It's, I don't know, it's just so, it's so bad. And then, people try and make the argument of like, well, there's white people on advertising. It's like, yes, but it was never done with the intention of like a derogatory or racist caricature.
Well,
Like,
and also, like, those people weren't slaves. Here's a
yeah,
thought. They weren't
yeah,
subjugated and forced to do things.
yeah.
Hello? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, those are the same people that try and defend the Uncle Tom's, whatever that, like, that one Disney movie. What's it? It was like
Uh-oh, I
made in
haven't
like
seen
this.
it. I've only ever seen,
Oh,
like, GIFs because I don't have the heart to actually try to watch it.
I haven't actually seen it either, but like there's people that defend it and be like,
Why?
this is such a good movie. Why would you get rid of it?
Because it's
Because,
bad.
Disney has like, said that they no longer, obviously that's not okay. So it's no longer included in their collection. And people were like all up in arms about it. Obviously, they were all white.
Bad. Bad choice.
Yeah. But anyway, it's like, I really, there's also some really sexist, misogynistic things, obviously, with Betty Boop, because she's, kind of a sex symbol. So looking at all of the different characters and everything just wants to bang her, and it's so uncomfortable.
You know what always made me uncomfortable about Betty Boop is that she looks like a child to me.
Oh, yeah.
And like she's meant to be a sex symbol, but she also looks like she's 12.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I
can
mean,
you
I'm sure that
not?
was done purposefully.
Oh, I hate it.
Um, I mean, listen to her voice. It's super high pitched, and she's very like, watching the cartoons with her, she's very childlike, in how she handles things.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, she's an adult, but like just the way she carries herself is very innocent, and she's very like naive and very like giddy and bubbly.
It just feels
And it
like
makes,
an excuse
no, really, it's
for
very problematic thinking
pedophilic
about it.
character. Yeah.
Um, no, I totally agree. And I'm not saying I condone that. I'm saying that I think it's remarkable, the animation and what it did for the art.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously Betty Boop is iconic. And there are the certain cartoons that I really enjoy of hers. But I there is a lot of problems with it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and it's especially like when she first, it's kind of neat. Well, I don't know if it's neat, but like watching her character design shift as it gets into the 40s.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the 30s, this was before there was like the censorship. So her dress was really short, and she was heavily sexualized, and to the extent of it being a taboo. Like anytime a woman wore a dress above her knees, she was considered, super scandalous. But in the 40s, she started wearing longer dresses, and being covered up completely, because then there was the censorship. And the
Mm-hmm.
sad thing was her ratings started dropping in the 40s, and then she was eventually canceled, which is so upsetting, because then it means people were only watching her to
Mm-hmm.
sexualize her and not
Yeah.
even for her content.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, I really like her design in the 40s, because I like her dresses, because they're not just skimpy little black party dresses. They're like actual kind of representations of what the dress looked like then.
Mm-hmm.
So bad. And then they like anthropomorphize animals that like want to bang her, and it's like, this is problematic. I mean,
No.
I get that she was once a dog lady, but also like this is bad.
Why?
They were just obsessed with sexualizing her. I don't know. And obviously that carried through with most things.
That's so wild to
But
me.
yeah. But yeah, I've learned a lot in my binging of Betty Boop. Boop boop a doop.
I couldn't do it, but I'm glad that you're having a good old time.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's like I'm aware of its problems.
Right,
There's
right.
ones that I enjoy, and then there's ones that obviously I don't enjoy. Um, I think it's important to not hold them to this perfect standard, but to understand, like, they exist and it did good things for the art medium, but, it no longer is a representation of what is okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God.
Well,
Even
I
though
would
we're
argue that it
still
was
dealing with it.
never okay.
No, for sure. But I'm just saying, like,
People
that
just
stuff
got
would
away
never
with
pass
it.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the fact that that was in media and was condoned, says a lot about the time period. It was a product of its time.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, awful and really makes you think, like, I don't know, wow, everyone in the 30s and 20s was racist as hell and really sexist and probably just really bad.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still people that are alive that were, had to deal with so much shit. I mean, the 60s too, Jesus. Anyway, not that I'm, a good spokesperson for the problems of racism. I was just really taken aback by some of them. I don't know why I was shocked.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's not so much that you shouldn't be shocked as much as it's like sad how recent that attitude was.
Yeah. Like the time period when that was considered acceptable was within lifetimes that people
Mm-hmm.
are alive now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it was gross. It's just the way that they drew them was so bad. It was just disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
I was like audibly like, oh my God, I have to skip this episode.
I gotta go.
I gotta yeet myself out of this. Yeah. And then it's just so funny. All of the guy characters are so ugly and like noodly, and all the women are like super curvy and detailed. And it's like, wow, we were just horrible.
Mm-hmm.
People are still horrible, but like, wow. They were just unapologetically horrible.
What's also wild to me is that, like, you sit there and you draw sexualized women, and then you draw these noodly men, and then you act as if these noodly men have some sort of, like, claim to this woman. Like,
Oh yeah, I
do
mean
you not see that
that's
she's
exactly
entirely out of your league? Like, hello? Like, it's just so wild to me that, like, it's like always the situation in which the woman is like perfect and super beautiful and whatever, and then the dude makes no effort whatsoever, has no
and
redeeming
gets her.
qualities, and then gets her. Like, excuse me?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. I will say Betty's like boyfriend in one of the episodes is really funny because he's this really, really buff like version of her where he has long eyelashes and dark hair and has
Oh,
kind of
good.
kind of like a not a super feminine voice but more feminine than I expected. But he's got like really, really long eyelashes. He like I said, he's like a masculine version of her. It was so funny.
I take it back. That one has rights.
Uh-huh. I know. I want to try and find a picture to. I mean, obviously he's still super masculine in terms of like he's super buff, but his pretty eyelashes, it was so funny to me.
Yeah, I mean, as long as they seem like they're making an effort, that's fine. It's just, I always hate when it's like, I've done absolutely nothing to make myself a better person, but I deserve the best woman.
I
Shut your
sent it
mouth.
to you in Discord.
Hold on, I'll have to pull it up. Where'd it go? Oh. Oh, this person.
It is funny
Yeah, go for it.
that her head is like twice his size.
I also like. Hold on, let me pull it up so that the stream will see it. This also just looks like a lesbian couple.
But see, that's why I kind of love Freddie.
I love it.
He's super feminine looking, and I had to do a double take when he was first introduced because they even draw him like with lips.
Uh-huh.
And I was just not expecting it.
The
so
lips
I was like really excited.
The lips are what did it for me.
Like, yeah.
Eyelashes or whatever, but that looks like lipstick.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. It's great. So now I like this idea of this lesbian couple where he's like super butch and beautiful.
I love it.
But yeah, it's just so funny. Oh my god, this one totally. Hold on. He's so feminine. But yeah, so Freddie has rights. All the others. It's just they took Betty Boop's face and squished it.
Yeah, do they not know how to draw like an attractive person?
Guess not.
Like, do they only know how to draw one attractive person, and then they just sort of like gave her cheekbones?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think I told you that no one knew how to draw a woman's body back then. So there was one guy that animated Betty Boop.
Right, but apparently
everyone
they didn't
else
know how to draw guys either.
Yeah.
So what did they know how to draw?
Weird, noodly men
Terrible.
and dogs. They were really good at dogs. She has a dog named Pudgy, and he is like the sweetest little thing.
Pudgy is a good name.
Pudgy. But yeah, look at those lips. Freddie has rights.
Freddie has rights. This is a lesbian couple, and there's nothing you can do to convince me otherwise. Freddie is pretending to be a man so that they don't get a hate crime.
Honestly, I would read the shit out of that. Like, that would be such a good story.
I love it. Betty Boop is a lesbian. I don't make the rules.
But yeah, thanks for coming to my TED Talk on Betty Boop and all of its problems.
Today I learned Betty Boop is a lesbian.
Honestly, if you were to take away one thing, that's what it should be.
But even if Betty Boop isn't a lesbian, even if they're just like, femininity is beautiful, and we don't know how to draw beauty in a masculine way.
I mean, I think that's kind of it. like they only considered beauty with feminine traits, which is kind of sad, but also I'll appreciate a really feminine buff guy. Like,
Yeah,
you
I'll
know,
take that.
even
Ian,
if that's not what they were trying to do.
Ian says Popeye is gay. You're correct.
Yeah, why else would he still be just blowing off olive oil?
I forget that her name is Olive Oil. That's terrible. Such a bad name.
Yeah. I really think that, like, because olive oil is super noodly too, so they either drew Betty Boop style people or little Polly Pockets, and that's it. Or whatever those spaghetti doll things that were big in the early 2000s.
I forget what they're called, but I know what you're talking about.
Spaghetti Betties?
Oh,
Spaghetti.
maybe.
Oh my god, that would be so funny if it was Betty. I loved those. I had too many.
I never really had.
Did you see that Bratz? Huh?
No, go for it. Bratz did what?
I was gonna say Bratz have been releasing a line of trans dolls based on like trans models and stuff.
I did not know this. I'm
They
suddenly
released
interested.
one. Yeah, they just released one about Sophie. That one. I mean, I don't know too much about them, so I don't want to like misgender or anything, but they were like a huge, I'm pretty sure like trans icon for like modeling and everything and a performer. But they died tragically. And Bratz released a doll of them um, in like their image. Um, Pretty sure, Sophie was a trans woman. And then they just released another trans woman that's disabled in like a wheelchair, and they made this like beautiful like decorated wheelchair for the doll to go in. Like, for all the shit that, with Bratz with their beauty standards and unrealistic proportions, they've pioneered like, you know, for trans rights, which is super cool.
Hell yeah.
Made me proud that I had a ton of Bratz when I was little.
That's so good. I'm trying to find them,
And they
but
have
it's kind of difficult.
they even released like a really big statement about it too. Like, not only did they release the doll, but the doll came with this like big kind of like excerpt description about like each of the dolls and like why this is important and everything.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The only things I can find are articles about people who did a bunch of plastic surgery to look like Bratz, and then like shit
Oh
posts
no.
from people on social media who are like, Bratz said trans rights. And there's no in between. There's no real article about it. It's very funny.
Yeah, maybe if you look up Bratz Sophie.
Yeah, I found
Bratz.
Sophie. I just wanted
I
like
forget the other. I forgot the other trans model that, or her name. But yeah, I was like, wow, that's so cool.
That's so
And they
rad.
put like so much effort into Sophie's too. Like her face is totally different, and like they just did so much.
Oh, the Sophie is
Like the
not for sale.
aw, really?
I think
That
so.
makes me sad. It's lame.
What the heck? I want to buy the trans lady. Gimme.
Yeah, I wonder why they didn't do that. If you're gonna go that far into it, gotta commit, man.
Let me have it. I don't even care about dolls.
I remember when I was little and I thought $20 was a lot. It's still a lot because I'm broke as shit. But when I was little and I had saved up $20 to get a Bratz doll that was like almost 30, and I was so excited.
Mm,
That was like my first memory of understanding currency
that's so funny.
and what it was worth.
I feel like I had that experience where I like first realized what money is worth, but I don't remember what it was for. Trying to remember. I feel like it may have been an Avril Lavigne CD.
That's also very good.
Funky lady, yes please. We didn't acknowledge that Ian said olive oil is trans, and he's right.
Oh, yeah. Everyone is trans or gay,
Mm-hmm.
and they just didn't want to admit it.
Have you ever? Okay, you know Danny Phantom.
Oh, yes.
Have you ever? I love the pause as if you were upset with me for having asked.
Assuming that I didn't know.
No, I was just starting the conversation. Um, great. Now I'm all confused as to what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, have you ever read? There's like all these headcanon theory posts about Danny Phantom being trans, and it's so good because it's
I think
like
you told me about it.
oh good, because there's like a episode where they like go to the beach, and Danny's the only one to keep a shirt on. So everybody was like, he's binding. It's proof, and I love it. I love it so much. Eat your heart out, Danny
Incredible.
Hartman.
Danny Hartman?
Eat it.
Butch Hartman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eat it.
Yeah, he's so bad. I hate that he was involved with something so good. He doesn't
Yeah,
deserve it.
I feel the same way about J.K. Rowling.
Yeah.
That lady is mean. That lady is spiteful. Shut your mouth, big jerk.
Yeah, it just sucks that problematic people are in such high positions of power where like they can do a lot of harm to the people.
Mm-hmm. Well, and like, I don't know. If you're gonna be that terrible, why you gotta do it out loud? You know?
Well, that's the thing is like, I mean, why is anything else made by problematic people? They think that they're right,
I
you know?
know.
Like they think, like, look at Betty Boop. That shit passed and was acceptable in that time, which of course it's not acceptable, but they thought they were right. So they made all this content about it unapologetically.
So terrible.
And I mean, it's also indicative again of the society in which the thing was made. J.K. Rowling is able to have the power she has because we are still largely very transphobic as a society. You know, that she still has the ability to like even speak her mind and say such shitty things.
Yeah. I guess that just makes
Like
me
people,
so sad because like most of my experience of the world is through people who aren't terrible.
yeah,
So like when somebody who's in the public eye is terrible, it's like, "Oh man, I forgot that people are bad."
yeah, yeah. And I know the whole thing with Dan was really hard. And it's like, you know, again, it comes down to like, you know, people can make mistakes and do, you know, bad things, but, you know, in some cases that doesn't make them a bad person. In Dan's case, in J.K. Rowling's case, you know, she's a different case.
She's bad.
Like you could be yeah, but I'm just saying like it's okay to like people who maybe make a mistake and do a shitty thing because that's not indicative of their character or like their moral stance. um you know, J.K. Rowling's bad because that's like her moral stance and what she believes and what she actively, you know, tries to hurt.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's
So
the difference, right? Like if a person has an opinion, that's fine. But the part where it becomes terrible is when they are actively harming other people and they're
right,
actively like being terrible to other people. Um it's just sort of like I will not be able to separate Harry Potter from that. And Harry Potter was like a
yeah,
big part of my childhood. So like
yeah,
I don't know. It's such a bummer because it's like at least shut your mouth. Like at
yeah,
least let me enjoy your work without having to think about how terrible you are. But now it's like, okay, well, now every single time I watch Harry Potter, I'm going to think about how the person who made this doesn't believe I'm a valid human being.
yeah,
Like, cool, thanks.
yeah, yeah, totally.
And that's not to
No, I
say
get
that
it.
like
And I,
Harry Potter as content isn't already problematic because it is. Um, Racially, it's super problematic. Um,
yeah,
but just like the added like insult to injury of being terrible in the
yeah.
present day, like come on.
Well, and it also like kind of takes away from, you know, all of her retroactive like diversity clout searching where
Mm-hmm.
she was like, oh, this character is gay, this person was actually black. It like takes all of that away because it's like you were just doing that to gain popularity and try and be relevant again because people stopped talking about your content. You weren't actually trying to help anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks. I feel so bad for, you know, people that it really was important to them because I never really like grew up with Harry Potter. I just feel so bad for the people that did, that it meant a lot to them.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, I mean, until now, I have like 3 different editions of Harry Potter because I collected
oh,
them.
yeah.
And now I'm just gonna have a fucking half completed collection because I can't buy any more Harry Potter books, and I don't know that I have the
Yeah.
heart to throw out the ones I have. So like,
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It sucks that she's still alive and using the money for bad things.
uh huh, uh huh.
Like even if she was bad but like didn't do anything with her money about it, then it's like that's even a little bit better. But the fact that not only is she bad, but she's using her money to actively hurt the people that she doesn't find valid.
Mm-hmm. Well, and also just like her having this platform where she can say that shit to people.
Yeah.
It's so hurtful and detrimental. Like, even if she's not spending money, the fact that she's so vocal and terrible about it is like,
Hmm.
I don't know, so hurtful. Like, just shut your mouth.
Yeah.
It's like the same thing about people who are like, oh, abortion is bad. It's like, well, you don't have to like abortion. You just have to let other people make their own decisions.
Yeah. People just can't accept that people will think differently than them.
Yeah.
People just cannot.
Well, and
For
I don't
some
know.
reason.
You can think something is wrong and not want to do it, but that doesn't give you the authority to
I know.
tell other people what to do.
I know.
I don't
It
know.
sucks. I get it. I'm with you.
Anyway, J.K. Rowling is gross, and Hermione Granger is trans. These are the rules. Sorry, didn't make them. Yeah, I saw a lot of like cosplayers and stuff on um TikTok who were like, I experience a lot of gender euphoria when I cosplay Lupin or Sirius Black, and now I like don't feel right cosplaying that character anymore. Um, even though it like gave so much to me, and that's so sad.
Yeah.
So gross.
Yeah. Just knowing that like the original characters were made without thinking that you're valid. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, and like they actively contribute to the
Hmm.
exclusion of you as a human being.
Yeah. Against your existence.
Uh-huh. That's so sad. Like if Hori turned out to be terrible and was like,
Oh my god, that would crush me.
right? Like if I couldn't cosplay Todoroki Shoto, I would be so upset.
Yeah.
Um and like that, I don't know. That's so gross. So terrible.
The good news is Hori does say trans rights
Hori
because
does say
Magne,
trans rights.
because Magne, she when I think whatever, after I mean it does suck that she died. But um the Twitch, not Twitch, Twice, oh my god. Um Twice, like one of the character, I think it was Overhaul, he misgendered her, and Twice was like, it's or I think you meant she, and don't make that mistake again. And it was
Oh,
like so
hell
good.
yeah. Yeah, and one of
Um
the cat team, I don't
yeah.
remember what their name is, but the
Yeah, yeah,
cat
yeah, yeah.
team.
The pussycat dolls or
Yes,
something.
thank you. Yeah, because in one of the like panels or something, they're like, we were it made more sense when we started or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I loved that.
Bro, Ian, like that's my life though. That's literally it. Although I wasn't as big of a fan of Shane Dawson, I did watch him as a kid. And it's like fucking 2021 is a rough ride. I want off this train. Everyone is bad.
I don't think the Game Grumps are bad. I just think I really don't. I think it got way blown out of proportion. People make mistakes. Everyone has those days. Everybody knows what I'm
I'm talking
talking
about.
about.
Well, the distinction is that it wasn't grooming, right? Like the concern is that it was grooming, but it wasn't. Um, and even the person who made the allegation says that it's not. But It sure has been a rough couple of days.
Yeah. And I'm not condoning, again, that power dynamic has issues, but at the end of the day, it was completely consensual. A lot of the messages that people were circulating that were his weren't actually his. Like, that whole Reddit was just like specifically made to dig up and try and get them canceled because they're still pissed about JonTron leaving or whatever. I don't know. I just think, like, it's no reason to completely cancel or like stop enjoying his content.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's still a good guy. People could be good and make mistakes and do things that might not be like the best thing, but he was also like not in a good place mentally then.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and he was totally a product of his time, and I'm again not excusing that, but also he, from what I have learned from him, he kind of had a hard time growing up with his self-image and his like sexual life. So I'm sure that, also his entire like character is about people know what Dan is about. He's a very sexual guy. I just think everything got blown out of proportion. And what makes me more mad is that this is going to make it harder for people that were actually abused and exploited. It's going to make it harder for them to come out and people to believe them because of shit like this happening.
That's my real concern, is that because it was not presented correctly, those allegations are going to be hard to take seriously if they were to come up again.
Yeah.
Which is so bad. Like, that's so problematic. Also,
yeah,
it's really
Ian,
funny. Sorry, go.
Oh, I was just gonna. Ian said JonTron sucks, and it's like, yeah, he's a racist piece of shit, and I think people were like upset that he left, and so they're trying to get Dan canceled. I don't know.
Which is wild to me,
like,
because JonTron deserves to be canceled.
Yeah.
JonTron is gross. He's bad and racist and
yeah,
generally not good. And so it's really wild to me that they're like, let's try to get Dan canceled. And so that we can revenge our more problematic person.
Yeah, I don't know. I after seeing everything, and like, I don't think Dan is a bad person, and I don't think he deserves the treatment that he's getting. Am I saying that he's flawless? No, but no one is. Again, I think what I've learned, honestly, those allegations hurt me so much because, like, in this short amount of time, I've come to really love them and their content, and they helped me so much. And I obviously, the same thing that you were going through, Lauren, it's, they were really special to us. And I think I kind of put them on that pedestal of like, they're not problematic at all, but it's like, they're human beings, they're gonna mess up every once in a while, but that doesn't make, I don't know, it doesn't make them bad people, I guess. I don't know. I still will enjoy their content like I did before all of this happened,
Mm-hmm.
And if people don't want to keep watching their content, that's fine, that's them. But like, this whole thing is not nearly enough for me to be like, they're undeserving of my, like, the enjoyment and how much I love their content and what they provide for me.
Yeah, that's fair. I just wish that they would make a statement of some sort.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that what Danny did is terrible, and it's certainly what's the word? Forgivable. But I do think that they need to be more upfront with those kinds of things.
That's the thing, is they seem like they kind of have a pattern of not really addressing things.
Mm-hmm.
But in this case, like, again, I agree, I keep looking at their Twitter because I would love to see an official statement just to know like what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I can see them not doing it, and I wouldn't like I would be kind of bummed, but I wouldn't be upset at them because like I could see why they wouldn't, and I could see why it would be beneficial for them to do it. So
Yeah, for me,
I
it's
don't know
just
what they'll
like
do.
when JonTron left, they took the tactic of not saying anything. And I think the idea was to try and be the bigger person. Like they didn't want to put JonTron on blast or something. Um, but I also feel like there's a certain amount of like transparency um, that like we should be getting from online creators because of how that like
They're
spirals out of control.
right.
Like if they had just come out and said like, "Oh, we stopped working with JonTron because of creative differences or something like that," um, then I think this whole thing wouldn't have been such a big deal.
Yeah.
Like there's so many like theories and like speculations about why they stopped working together and like if John had been snubbed or like all this other stuff because they never talked about it. They never discussed it. And I
Yeah.
think that did them more harm than good in the long run because people were just
Totally.
sort of left to make stuff up.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, I agree. I wish that they would say something. It seems like Aaron, like I said, kind of has a pattern of doing this though, where they just kind of don't address it.
yeah, I
Um,
mean, he usually addresses things that are happening in pop culture that aren't like directly related towards him. Like he usually
yeah.
addresses, like he addressed Black Lives Matter and things like that. But he's very bad at addressing things that have to do with them specifically. And I
Yeah.
get that the idea is to try and protect them from um, things like that, but I think it does more harm than good.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, like I said, I could see it going both ways. I wish that they would say something, but I can see them not.
Yeah.
Um, Dan, I wish Dan, I guess, he did talk to the news person. But it would be nice if they made an official statement of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and yeah, like you said, Ian, John never apologized for being awful. But like Dan apologized for whatever, people thought that he did. So, it says more about Dan.
Yeah, I mean,
He's a sweet guy.
JonTron is just an unapologetic racist.
Yeah.
Like he's just bad. He's just not a good person.
Yeah. I'm really glad that he left because he did. I think Aaron was problematic when John was on the show with him.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Um, but ever since Dan came on, Aaron has been a lot better.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because Aaron has said some pretty racist things back in the day too.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah, and I can forgive those things mostly because nowadays they try to right those wrongs. Like
yeah,
nowadays they will remove those videos or like say they don't they're not good anymore. They're not like reasonable to say anymore or whatever, but
hmm
um
yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like whatever Dan might have done in the past, he's like not that same person, and he's always like working to right those wrongs.
mhm.
So it's like Dan is actively working to be a better person, and it's like people want to jump on board to like cancel someone, but as soon as like it comes out that he didn't do those things. No one's gonna step up and actually like help right the wrongs that was done to him. I don't know. I feel so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, where's that same like everyone jumping on board to cancel him? Where's that to help him?
Yeah. I mean, I will say that that article where he um, addressed it was linked in Aaron's tweets. So there are people who are um, sort of defending him, and I'm sure like it'll blow over now that people know the context.
Yeah.
But I think people are just really sensitive about that kind of thing because there have been a few YouTubers who are super terrible.
Oh yeah.
So now there's this like, if the community doesn't call them out, then they get to continue being terrible.
Yeah.
Which
I get it. It's just people are so quick to throw out those words and it can totally ruin someone's life without proper evidence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like this could have destroyed him.
Uh-huh. Well, I mean, it could have destroyed him if it was true.
Right. And if it was true, then like good. But like, you know, the fact that it's false and it could have done irreparable damage on him and his career.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah, it's even more concerning that that person doesn't seem to understand the implications of making a false accusation like that.
right. Yeah, they literally did like a half-assed apology and we're like, my bad, I did more research and this is all wrong. It's
Well,
like
even like I mean more like the people who wrote the accusations in the first place.
yeah.
Like the research part of it is fine because I can understand seeing something and being really concerned and just sort of running with it. But to make an accusation like that under the pretense of like making it sound worse than it is, I
Yeah.
don't know. That just seems really
Well,
sleazy.
that's my thing with like it sounds like people are just mad that he ghosted people, but like that happens all the time. Like with hookups, no one is owed, and maybe this is just me, and I'm not saying that my opinion is right or anything, but like people think that they're owed things, and like, I don't know, if you're consenting and you have a hookup and whatever happens, I know Dan has talked about in the past how like he's had, you know, intimate relations with people and then found out they only wanted to be with him because he was famous and so he didn't want to keep talking to them, so he's had a lot of issues with that. And it like happens all the time with Tinder, whatever, like people think they're owed explanations or like people to stay in touch, and I don't know, some people just aren't good at that and that doesn't make them a bad person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I've ghosted. I mean, not like after any kind of intimate relation, because you know, ace and all, but like I don't know. Sometimes you just don't have the social fortitude to keep in contact with certain people.
I mean, I think that the bigger problem is the power dynamic. But I can also
Yeah.
recognize like that can very well be a mistake rather than an intentional use of power.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this is
And
entirely off.
I
Sorry, this is entirely off topic, Morgan. But can you look at my tails and tell me if I'm missing a tail?
oh my god, I love the one that drags on the ground. Um The first one is so flamboyant.
That's why it's the default.
The only, I mean, if you wanted to do like kind of like a poodle tail where it's like a little palm at the end. I mean, I'm not saying you have to do any of them. I'm just listing off different tails.
No, please.
If you wanted to do more of like a lab tail that's like an otter kind of tail where it's just like, you know, like a lab tail. If you wanted to do like a little tiny curly tail, I mean, again, you don't have to do any of these, but you were like,
please.
what different shapes?
Please keep going. I want to make sure that I'm not missing any like big category of tail.
Yeah, I mean, because like there's like a lot of dogs that have like the skinnier tails, but they're really curly, like Shar-Pei tails. You got a nub. A nub is good.
Nub is important. Don't worry. I would never forget the nub.
What if you had one, you know that dog that everyone says looks like a mop? Because that would be kind of cool to have a tail that has like more of like those thicker kind of locks.
Like dreadlocks? I think I'll consider that a fur type rather than a tail.
Okay. Yeah. Those are the ones that are coming to mind at the moment.
Okay. Thank you for your dog tail knowledge.
Or you could do like you could combine the curly tail with like the first one and do kind of like a palm papillon tail.
Oh, true.
Where it's like curly, kind of like Ronin's, where it's like wispy but curly.
No idea how to draw
Yeah, those are the ones. Yeah, I don't know how you draw it either. Palm tails are so funny looking.
They just look like they've been smashed in the butt. Like somebody just took like a tennis racket and fucking smushed them.
But yeah, those are my thoughts on the Game Grumps thing. I'm going to continue loving them.
That's fair. I'm gonna continue loving them, but I will now have a curse of a t-shirt that I don't know what to do with.
Yeah, but I don't think. Yeah, but he hasn't like sinned. I don't know. I wouldn't feel bad.
Yeah, it's just got not great vibes now. I don't know.
I mean, I would let it stop you from buying other content of theirs, though.
Yeah, I might just get a different shirt.
Yeah. What it comes down to, it's just Dan is a sexual man, a human with needs. Maybe he's done some mistakes in the past, but he's awkward and he's just trying to live his life, and he's doing so much better now, and he's still a good person. There's so many worse things and so many worse people to be like focusing our attention on than Dan's sex life.
Yeah.
Let the poor man be. It was consensual. And he, you know, did a hit and run. That's fine. It happens all the time.
Hit and run.
People get so upset because they think that they're like entitled to, again, like things, but they're not. It
Mm-hmm.
sounds like this fan was just kind of salty that whatever happened. I don't know. No one should be shocked by who he is. He loves sex. God forbid a man enjoy his sex life. Unless
Yeah,
he's actively harming people, we don't need to know about it.
I think the concern was more like whether,
Exploitation.
yeah, whether it was exploitation or not.
Yeah, but it doesn't sound like it was. It just
Right.
sounds like they were upset that he ghosted them, which, okay, sorry, you're gonna have to deal with that a lot in life. I don't know.
Welcome to our art stream where we can't help but give our hot takes.
Yeah,
Earlier
and
I
I'm
said
not
Star
saying that
Wars is
I'm
bad,
right.
and now
I'm taking a stance on Game Grumps allegations.
I know.
Yeah, people were like shitting on, like, I was reading some of the comments about Dan, and they were like shitting on his personality and being like, he's so sleazy and gross and awkward, and like how he talks about sex is so insincere, and like he's such a terrible person. And it's like, that's just how he jokes and talks. They keep talking about how he like puts up a front and like that he's two-faced, and it's like, leave him alone. So what if he's socially awkward and he jokes? Like, people are so bad.
Well, I think it's more that when people are hurt, they'll just say stuff. And so
Oh yeah,
when they thought, or if they still think that those allegations are true, um, then I could see where they would just be salty and wanting to tear down his
right, shit
character.
on him.
But
Yeah,
there is something to be said for like people who like internet creators think that they know them. You don't know
right,
this person, good or bad.
right, right.
Like this is
I
just a
think that's,
person on the internet that you watch, and either you think they're funny or you don't.
yeah, that's the thing, is I think what people took away from this whole thing is like, please stop like trying to get to know these content creators. Like, please stop trying to like get to know them better in real life. I don't know.
Well, I think it's
Or
also
like
that like
parasocial relationships.
yeah, I think it's also that
But
like because internet creators are closer to their fan base, people think that they know the person. Like they're like,
yeah,
"Oh, I spend so much time with this person by watching their content." Especially when it's like Game Grumps, when it's like not formal, it's just like dudes sitting in their house playing games. It does
yeah,
give you the air of like being part of that like friend group or that situation. Um,
right.
that is not the truth.
Yeah,
That is not
yeah,
how stuff works.
yeah. I think this whole thing was kind of a wake up call for a lot of people in that regard.
Mhm.
Like, they have lives, they do things.
Well, I think it's also that
Like,
because of all the other YouTuber allegations that people are on high alert all the time.
yeah, totally. And there's like so many more people deserving of that. Like, can we cancel John then? Like,
Yeah, can we cancel
why are
JonTron?
why are people like trying, because I think he even made a post after the whole Dan allegations thing came up. John said something about like, can we does this mean we'll get to finish Pokemon something something?
Oh
Or
my
like,
god, let it go!
yeah, it was like something really bad, and it's, yeah.
Yeah, John is just a salty little jerk. Salty little racist jerk. And the problem is that the people who watch him are also salty little
The
racist
same.
jerks.
Yeah.
That's not to say that they all are, but a lot of his audience, I feel like, stick around because they agree with his views.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll watch his videos just to see what's going on, but every time I do it, I like feel so gross.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Well, and that's I think people were so scared that like what the content they watch is indicative of their views as a person.
mm-hmm.
So as soon as like things came up about Dan, people were like, "Well, I'm not a groomer, so I can't watch this." So then that makes people even more like ready to jump.
Well, I think it's also
Um,
that like people don't want their not their money, but the monetary value being given to somebody that they believe is
right,
doing
right.
harm in the world. Like I don't think it's so
Yeah.
much that they don't want to be accused of being a groomer so much as it is that they
Well,
don't want
yeah,
somebody like that getting money for their views.
right, totally.
Anyways, thanks for coming to our TED Talk. We really like Game Grumps. 2021, please don't take Game Grumps away from us.
I know. I was like tearing up that whole night.
I know.
I was like so sad because I've really come to get so attached to them in such a short amount of time.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's hard not to, right? They seem genuine in their content, because
Mm-hmm.
it's so like two dudes chilling in a hot tub, 5 feet apart.
Yeah.
Except Aaron keeps nudging closer.
That's the thing when Dan, so they had that video of Dan talking about the 2 seats in the hot tub, and all of the people that obviously were like defending them were like, "Are we sure he didn't send this to Aaron?"
Oh my god, that would be so good.
Uh-huh.
I went down this rabbit hole of like looking up all of their allegations and stuff just because I wanted to know if there really was something in there to be concerned about. And one of the allegations was that in the video you could see Aaron's tabs, and one of the tabs he had open was like a workout video, except it's a YouTuber who like they're like a dominant thing. Like they're like, oh, get down, you sissy. I'm gonna dominate you. Do 10 push-ups or whatever. And I was like, y'all, you can't be judging Aaron for his sexuality. Back off. Maybe he just wants to be dominated by a strong man. Is that a problem?
Yeah, people are so bad. They're so quick to judge.
Mm-hmm. Let him enjoy his gay dominant content in peace. Morgan, I want you to know that I looked up at your screen and I thought for a minute that the bottle was a ketchup bottle or a mustard bottle.
Well, I guess this means I have to redraw it.
No, you don't. No, you don't. It won't look like that when it's not like a sketchy thumbnail.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this page. The ketchup bottle.
I just wanted you to know because I looked up and I was like, oh, good.
That's so funny. She's just getting blasted with ketchup. Yeah, the composition looked good in my head. I'm just not good at replicating things that are in my head.
I'm sure it will be good. It's just hard to tell when it's like something only
Sketchy.
you can read.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope posting to standard pages turn out okay in the end for webtoons. I
It'll be
cannot
fine.
do it any other way.
Yeah, don't you worry. Way more reasonable. You can make all the demands they want, but no thanks. The hard part, this is random, but the hard part about making this species trait list is that I feel bad making traits more rare. Like that's part of what makes the community interesting, right? Is that you have to like do stuff to get enough currency to get the things.
Mhm.
I'm
I
sorry.
wouldn't feel bad.
Yeah, but it's just hard for me to pick which ones go where.
Mhm.
Because it feels bad being like, you can't have this thing because it's a rare thing. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Also, Ian
Yeah.
just said you have to draw your comic with a nipple layer that just has nipples and then hide that on your Patreon for $25 a month. Easy money.
Oh, I do want to have a not safe for work. Um, because they can't hide her nipples.
No,
Maybe she wants to.
that's actually a very good idea, Ian.
Yeah. People have do really well with their not safe for work Patreons.
Uh-huh. Especially if it's like the same comic you just show the nip nops.
Uh-huh.
That would not be too much extra work.
That's a really good idea.
I kind
should
of
do
love
that.
it.
I should do a version of this where she's actually naked.
Yeah. Just like when you finish it, copy it, and then draw the nip nop.
The not safe for work version. Yeah, because there's scenes where, like, obviously it's a romance. So, I want them to do the devil's tango at some point. Which means. So. Which means, I want them to. I'll have to have a not safe for work for that.
Yeah, I've never considered not safe for work stuff before because I just have no interest in drawing it. But nip nops, though, I have no problem with drawing nip nops.
That's one of your tiers, just for nipples.
Just the nipple. What you should do is usually Patreon people have like a $1 tier where you don't get anything. It's just like if you want to support the artist. Your $1 tier should be your $1 tier should be where you show the layer with the nipples on it, but you hide the rest of the page. So it's just floating nipples.
You get the nipple. I don't know if I'd get many $1 cheers.
No, but I'd find it funny. I'll be your $1.
You want to give me $1 a month?
I'll give you $1 a month to look at just the nipple.
They just look like little eyeballs.
I know, that's what makes it funny.
And they'd be green, so they just look like green eggs and ham.
They look like fucking little olives. Oh, that's so good. I forgot that they'd be green.
Yeah, just green little nips.
Oh my god. That's so good. That makes me want it even more.
Oh my god.
I love this idea. It's perfect.
It's perfect. Oh my god.
Sign me up.
Why at 10%? I mean, I would do that for $1 a month. Just for you.
God bless.
I mean, I would just also send that to you in Discord. I could just
No, I want to
isolate
give you
the
$1 a
nipple
month.
layer.
Let me give you $1 a month. Let me pay you for your hard nipple work.
That is a really good idea, though, because I was bummed about covering up her body every single time.
Yeah.
Not because, like, not to objectify her, but just, like, to normalize nudity. I don't know.
Uh-huh. You should do it. See, like, is a nubtail a common trait or an uncommon trait?
A nubtail?
Uh-huh, the little nubtail.
I feel like uncommon? Because you have to, like, dock it, don't you?
Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna start
At least
asking
the-
you when I have these concerns, because it makes me feel better.
They can't all be common.
I know, but I want to give them all away!
Oh my god, I want the second one so bad.
The second one?
The tail that's like the palm, but it's floofy. The tail
yeah.
next.
Yeah, I just took the standard tail and curved it. You can have it, Morgan.
It's so long.
Seriously though, when I finally do finish this, if you ever wanted to design some of these little weirdos, you're welcome to.
That'd be so fun.
Yeah. Well, so what I'm planning on doing is I want to like design the world that they live in. And then each territory will have its own like ruler character. So each of the zones will have like not an aesthetic, but just like, you know, someone to associate with, basically. So you're welcome to pick a place and make a ruler.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That just looked like there's a fried egg on a ketchup bottle.
Incredible.
I'm so sick of this fucking prologue. The amount of times I've had to pour her out of the fucking absinthe bottle, I'm gonna lose my gourd.
It's your own damn fault, Morgan.
I know. I'm still gonna complain about it.
I suppose that's fair.
Comics are hard. You never know until you're making one.
Yeah, comics are like, you look at them and you read them and you're like, oh my gosh, this is so cool, and I could do that. Like, I could make one of those. And then you start doing it and you're like, holy shit, this fucking sucks.
It's like, how come I want to cry every single day?
Uh-huh. How come this is like way harder than it looks?
Why does my whole body ache after every day? Okay, I'm just gonna come back to this page. Oh, I don't want to work on this page either. Oh.
You don't have to work on your comic the whole time.
I gotta. I feel like I've spent so long on it and I've gotten nowhere. Because I have 3 prologues. Well, I guess that's not true. I have 4 pages in this style.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably not even going to be the final when I get to that point in the story. My style will probably have changed.
Morgan, listen, this is the last time that you're doing this. Do you hear me?
Oh yeah, the last time I'm doing this chapter for sure.
Okay.
Another reason why I don't want to be featured on Webtoon, because if I have to draw this a 4th time. I mean, yeah, money is great and all, but have you ever had to draw the same chapter 4 times? It does things to you.
I tell you what, drawing a bunch of butts is also doing something to me.
Explain.
I'm drawing all these tails.
A good thing or bad?
Oh, a bad thing.
It's like,
I feel like I'm losing my mind.
I love drawing butts.
I know.
Butts are great.
That's
Butts,
true.
Butts.
I'm complaining to the wrong person.
Now that I know that there's people that watch these streams, I feel so bad.
Morgan, you know that like streaming, the point is for people to watch you, right?
Yeah. I guess I've just gotten so comfortable, like, we're just chilling, talking,
Yeah.
no stress.
Little did
And then
you
I just
know.
think, like, I watch so many, like, YouTubers that'll like censor themselves, or they'll say, like, oh, I can't say this word because, YouTube doesn't like it. And here we are being like, F this and dicks this and
Free the nipple! I mean, I could censor myself if necessary. On the other hand, I don't know that you are capable, Morgan. You are just too
me of
authentic of a person. You just gotta say what's on your little noggin.
yeah, I'm pretty impulsive.
Not
Yeah, so
necessarily
this is
though.
why I don't think I'll ever be a successful YouTuber. So I don't know how to shut the fuck up.
Can't. I was gonna say you can't please the algorithm, but I like that better. Can't learn how to shut the fuck up.
If I can't talk about nipples, then what's the point?
What is the point, really? I mean, you can talk about nipples. Advertisement companies just won't be super thrilled.
And I don't want them anyway.
Exactly. That's my opinion. Whatever, man. Sometimes you just gotta take a stand. Be like, I gotta talk about nipples, goddammit. Uh-oh, Morgan. Ian says I need a butt commission.
From me?
It just says he needs a butt commission.
Just the ass, or like attached to something?
Just a floating ass.
I could send Ian like the ass layer, and I could send you the nipple.
Oh, yes.
Because if there's one part of the body I always make sure I get to draw, it's the ass. Even if it doesn't even make sense in a drawing, I'll just finagle it.
I mean, hell yeah. Good for you.
Victor has the perkiest little ass I could have given him.
It's so perky.
Listen, he's a romantic lead.
I love it. I know, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just so funny because you are so determined to give him the perkiest of asses.
It's important.
Ian says, draw my rat ass, I'll give you $20.
I would totally draw the sweetest ass for bubble tea money. One bubble butt for bubble tea.
Oh, hell yeah. Excuse me while I draw an ass on stream.
And there goes our final chance for monetization.
I really am not as good at asses as Morgan, though.
You are too.
I
We literally had like almost an hour-long conversation about how you draw asses too defined.
That's my problem. I like can't control it.
Yeah, so don't say you're not good at drawing asses.
I'm not, because I don't have any control. The ass just it goes where it wants.
I mean, that's the power of a sweet ass. You can't control it. It is what it is. Why would you try and control perfection?
Because sometimes people don't have big asses, and that's okay.
And that's fine. I mean, I'm not shitting on them. I'm just saying.
I'm incapable of drawing that kind of person, is the problem.
You're incapable of.
I'm incapable of a normal ass. I can only draw sculpted asses.
It's okay. You're just classically trained. You're like Rubens. Everyone has a gigantic ass.
I am drawing an ass, and this is the first time I've ever drawn a person ass first.
Epstein would be proud. Everyone knows the ass is the window to the soul.
Oh my god.
Forget about eyes. So sweet cheeks.
Oh my god. This is cursed. Have you ever drawn a person ass first, Morgan Colonna?
I don't know if I think I've sketched the whole body, but I think I've started with an ass before.
Incredible.
But I don't think I've sketched ass first. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Like you're just gonna work the whole body around the ass? That's powerful.
That's what I'm doing.
That's so funny.
I hope that friend who was like, your friend really helped me see furries in a new light didn't just log on.
Well, you're okay.
Oh, I'm drawing a rat ass.
That's so funny.
Don't even have a picture of Ian's persona in front of me at the moment. I'm just winging it. Like a fool.
I mean, don't half-ass it, Lauren.
I want out.
Oh, I just ordered groceries today and I just got a thing of watermelon juice and I'm already almost done with it.
Oh,
And
juice.
it's so good. It's like the Simply watermelon.
Hmm.
Oh, it's like a big container and I'm already almost done, that's a lot of sugar, so I'll be feeling that later, but it's fine.
Yeah, in the attempt of losing weight, I like don't let myself buy anything that's like bad for you because then I can't be tempted by it. But boy, is life sad.
What a sweet ass.
Oh, are you looking at my
It's already looks so good. I can't believe you're going ass first. Like, I am enjoying how many of Ian's comments have been censored.
Oh, there been multiple?
There's so many that aren't showing up for me, but I'm only able to read because of
Because it's your YouTube stream.
Yeah.
That's really funny. You're too deviant. How dare you talk to us about the conversation we're talking about on our stream?
I'm surprised our streams haven't been taken down by YouTube because they hate anything about sexuality.
Well, they don't hate it. They just don't pay you for it.
Well, they were gonna take down the one that I drew that one time.
Yeah, that's because you could see it. I don't know why they were so weird about it.
Yeah, it was just super weird.
Ian, no, don't spend ass money. I love it. Morgan, you're
What
on
did
the.
he say?
He said the ass money was sent. So Morgan, you're on the hook to
Oh
provide an ass.
my god.
I love it. Oh no, Ian sent me ass money. No.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're on the hook. Keep drawing that ass.
No. This is a shit post. Don't pay me for a shit post, Ian.
It's so funny.
Oh. Damn it, now I have to make this good.
Yeah, maybe. Honestly, though, it's incredible how good it looks with you just starting with the ass. I could never. I'm like, look at that head and the perspective.
The power of starting ass first, Morgan. Oh my god.
I will say, you could, if you lifted the tail, you could show more cheek.
You're right.
Like the ass crack.
My concern though is like, how do I do that and not make it look like he's pooping? Hold on, I'll try it here in a moment so we can have a real conversation.
Yeah, now I feel like I gotta sketch an ass.
No, you don't. But you can join me in it. But then, like, I have to actually draw an ass, and I'm scared.
But he's paying you to draw an ass. Like, don't cover up the money maker. Literally.
I just don't want to make him look like he's taking a shit.
I don't think he will.
Okay. I gotta put that freaking tail somewhere.
You could even do like where the tail like maybe curls into like a heart shape or something.
Oh, that's cute.
So that way it doesn't look like he's pooping. It looks like he's showing off the goods.
How bendy are rat tails? On a scale from 1 to
Bendy,
10.
I mean, you're drawing a humanoid rat with a sweet ass. I don't think rules apply. I need to look up sexy poses.
No, Morgan, you gotta just start going in ass first.
Okay, I'll just go in ass first. Oh, I started out with the head. I'm a fool.
You gotta go ass first. Morgan!
I'm going. There.
Oh, hold on, the stream's behind. Oh, good. Good ass. Very round. My other problem with asses is that I always draw them built. I always look like somebody went to
That's
the
good.
gym for the specific purpose of having a sweet ass.
That's not a bad thing. Here, I'll show you what a. Okay, maybe a rat tail wouldn't curl like that. Never mind. I was gonna say. Unless. I swear to God, Ian. Wait. No, Ian!
Oh, what?
Ian paid me too.
No! Ian, you chaotic
Or maybe not. I
motherfucker.
just got a notification that said money's waiting for you. Maybe it's something else.
You should check, because that's I checked because I started getting worried that
No,
Ian
it's
paid
$20. No. Okay, well, now I gotta. I made the ass so big there's no room for anything else.
That's one of the pitfalls of starting ass first.
Okay.
I tried to make the tail shaped like a heart. I don't know if I succeeded though.
I think it looks cute.
Okay.
Okay, I really have to think about this now that there's actually money involved.
Right? That's what I said. I didn't want Ian to pay me because I was doing a shit post, but now I feel like I gotta make it not suck. Okay. 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 I gotta pull out the reference.
Oh my god. You know it's gonna be sexy when you pull out an S curve.
Uh-huh. Look at that contrapposto. Oh my god. Ian, the question is, do I give him a little crop top or do I leave him naked?
Oh.
See, I always get to this point, and then I'm like, what the hell do you do with hands? Like, where does this hand go? Ian, I hope that you're shaking and trembling in a good way.
Dual commissions happen before his eyes. Dual ass commissions.
Dual furry butt commissions. I love it. What a fucking mood.
Okay, I started this sketch out as a joke, but I'm kind of really liking the movement. I just
See?
have to make him proportionate.
Something about starting with the S. Not so bad.
His legs are so long. I have such a problem drawing.
Don't worry.
I draw long legs.
I also made his legs too long, and then I had to like select Control T.
I just like long legs.
Resize smaller.
I'm so used to drawing Victor, and he has legs for days, so I just.
Hold on. Does Charnel have nails? Where'd my reference go?
Oh. I'm gonna do high heels because it feels right.
Oh, hell yeah. I want that mesh shirt, so I'm just gonna make an executive decision, Ian.
How did we get on the subject of butts?
How did we get on the subject of butts?
Mm-hmm. Oh, you were like, oh, I'm just gonna start drawing a whole bunch of butts.
Oh, it was because I was drawing the tails. That's what it was. I had to draw a bunch of butts for my tail. Ian said, y'all concerned about being paid to do this, but I'm gonna pay you more if you make it too good. If I end up poor, at least it was spent on rat's ass. You know! Don't you dare! I tell you what, I will make a promise that I won't clean this sketch. Or I won't line it. I'll clean it, but I won't line it. You can't pay me anymore.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Lift that tail. See, he doesn't look like he's pooping to me.
Okay, good.
He just looks like he's showing off the cheeks.
The heart helps, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it looks like a heart, but I tried.
Okay, I had the pose and then I lost it. Okay. I might try a few poses just to see what I'm feeling. I like that I'm sketching this on my comic
Are
layer.
you really?
It's fine.
Working. I opened a new canvas for this.
I was like, I'm just gonna jump right in.
Tell you what, I don't know what it is about furries, but they're way faster to draw for me. For some reason.
It is true. Trying to draw a pose in a way that doesn't make it look like they're shitting.
Right? There's something about the butt and the tail. It's a little dangerous. Although, I think that's also tainted by the fact that I stare at my dog poop a lot.
Me too.
Like, I probably just have that opinion because I stare at Bobo taking
And
a
you get
shit.
ready for them to do the squat.
Yeah. You see the little leg lift and then the little tail lift, and it's like, uh-oh, here it comes.
Yeah, because I started to draw this pose, and I'm like, does this look like he's about to squat? Shit.
I don't think it looks like he's about to shit, but I can see where that would be a concern.
I was trying to do one of those like dance poses where he's like flexing the cheeks.
Like, you know what it does look like? It looks like he's twerking.
That's what I was going for.
Mm-hmm. Also, Ian, you're very sweet. But see, you're our friend, and so therefore I would have drawn you an ass either way.
Like with the sexy eyes too. Hear me out.
Okay, the sexy eyes make it. The sexy eyes absolutely make it. Is Ronan half barking in the background?
He's sleeping.
Oh,
He's sleeping in his. I was gonna say he's sleeping in his bark. He's barking in his sleep.
Aw. Sweet bean. Sexy
I need to
eye.
look. Do you like this?
The sexy eye really got me.
I've gotten to the part of the stream on YouTube where I just have an ass on my screen, and it kind of looks like a dick. I just have the ass cheeks and the tail.
Oh, no, it doesn't. It looks like a butt. This has been very fun. I love drawing furries. It's just such a fucking delight.
Okay, I drew this one as a joke, but I actually really like the pose.
The sexy eye really does it.
This is a man who's not ashamed of anything.
No, in fact, he's proud.
He's uh-huh. Yeah, the tail with the heart is very cute.
Yeah? Okay, good.
Oh, now I have to figure out what he's wearing.
Crop top, crop top, crop top.
I mean, that's a given. You know what's going on down there. Assless chaps. Oh, I gotta look up sexy club outfits.
such a fucking ace thing to do.
What?
Google sexy club outfits. Hello, I need a definition.
I also need to look up the reference for Charnel.
Yeah, I sent it to myself over Discord. And the way that I send stuff to myself is I sent it to the dead Dekubot. But the problem is that the dead Dekubot and Emma have very similar colors in their icons. And so every so often I have a moment where I'm like, did I just send that to Emma? Accidentally? No, I did not.
Okay, but what if I do like multiple, and it's kind of like that one meme, you know, where it's like that guy and there's one where he's on his knees with his arms out. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't think so.
Oh, I need to find that meme. It's like it's just this guy. I don't even know what to look up. Meme.
Guy on his knees.
Meme guy on knees. Oh, okay. So like, hold on. It's like this one. This isn't the original one, but
Oh, did you send it over Discord? Hold on. Oh, yeah.
But I just do like multiple poses.
There, now it's on my screen so people can see it. That's very good. I think what you need though is for them to be fading into the background.
Oh, that's true. Dang it.
What's funny about this image is that he's like fading.
I could do that. So I can do 3, and like the one in the back is like fading. I know which pose I'll do.
We've been given too much power.
The directions were only I want a sweet ass. So
I know, that's why we've been given too much power. We can do whatever we want.
Oh my god. Oh, I need to look up references.
You know, if porn was just drawing people's butts, I would like that. I don't want to draw any dicks or vaginas, but I'll draw some butts. Ian, do not feel sorry for derailing the stream. This has been wonderful. I'm having a great time. Also, your butt pun is terrible. Get out of here.
Do you have a picture of him on Discord you can send me, Lauren?
Yes. Where are you? There you go.
Ink.
Ian says, if any of you ever need money, just know I will always pay for ass. God bless you, Ian. Absolutely incredible.
Oh.
Oh, I feel so bad when my lines are so sketchy.
I like sketchy lines. I feel bad. This is the sexiest rat I've ever drawn.
God bless.
Oh, I could do a shirt that's off the shoulder. That'd be sexy.
The confirmation of that'd be sexy was really fucking funny. Apparently it's really easy to derail us. You just ask for rat ass. And we're like, uh-huh, yes.
Not wrong.
You have an item to please both of us in there. A furry and also ass. Ugh, speaking of furry, I want to go to Anthro with you as soon as it's back on.
I want to go so bad.
Me and you.
Imagine all the crazy fucking furries at that one. It'll probably be one of the first cons that are furry cons post COVID.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god, I'm so excited to I want to go to that one restaurant that has the dog bowls.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about the dog bowls.
Oh, I want to shove my face in it so bad.
Yes. Yes. I want to finish Ren as a fursuit for that.
Oh, that'd be so good.
I'm
I
making
know.
you.
I want to learn a dance.
Uh-huh. We gotta do it. When we live together, we're gonna have like a furry dance boot camp. Come with us, Ian. Come to Anthrocon. Technically, it's still on for this year, but I don't know if I feel comfy with that. So next year.
Yeah.
Next year, take me to where the furries are. I want to see them dancing.
What month is Anthrocon? Isn't it June?
I think it's July.
Oh.
But it's usually one of those, June or July.
Mm-hmm.
um,
Ian, you could bounce a coin off this ass.
so round. Yeah, we've drawn Charnel with two completely different asses. I've given him the ass of a bodybuilder because that's the only ass I know how to draw. And you've given him the ass of just like sweet, supple cheeks.
I've given him like Kim Kardashian's ass.
And you...
This is after he went and got major Botox.
Yeah, so Ian, you get your pick. Whichever you want Charnel to actually have. If it's none of the above, you're out of luck. These are the things we can provide. Okay.
Oh. Okay, but
But
I could do. But I don't want to put pants on because that'll cover up the cheeks.
I know, that's why you gotta have him necky.
So I'll do like the stockings and a
Ooh,
garter belt.
Stockings.
And then thigh-high boots.
Oh my god. I'm such a fool. Such an absolute idiot.
It's not too late.
It isn't. It's never too late.
I know where tails connect. It looks like it was coming out of his asshole.
Just put a little bit above. Just go a little bit higher.
Now that's a sexy rat.
This is great. This is great. 10 out of 10 exercise. Sometimes you just need to draw a good gay rat. You know?
Uh-huh.
Sometimes you just gotta let the world fade away. Replace it with gay rat. But see, if I give him thigh highs, then I have to solve the issue of how a rat foot goes in thigh high.
Technically, that was his thumb and wrist, but I did do a little bit of a bulge at the base. I should probably move his hand so it doesn't look like.
Why did you draw his ball sack? Oh my god.
I mean, technically, you'd see a little bit of it if he's just wearing underwear.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I don't know that Ian was arguing with you. I think it was just more of a question.
Okay, but what if he's doing the peace sign?
No.
But it's like this.
Oh my god.
Figure out where I'm gonna put that hand. Why'd you bring the meme back up? Oh, it's because the stream is behind.
Oh, yeah. It's also because it's just still on my computer. Like
It's
I
so
put
funny.
references in my art program.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh,
sometimes
I'll do a sheer sweater. I feed my son on ass commissions.
I was just thinking, what are you gonna do with your $20 rat butt money?
I don't know.
I'm still
Maybe I'll do
deciding
takeout.
what to do with my rat butt money. Oh, takeout is a good choice.
Although I've done that too much lately. I think I told you I got 2 bubble teas for myself
Bro, in this day and
because
age, that's just self-care. You know? Sometimes you gotta buy yourself 2 whole bubble teas.
it was good. I don't have regrets.
Good. That does kind of make me want bubble tea, though.
Hmm. Can confirm it was good.
We always do this when it's too late at night for me to go get bubble tea. God damn it.
Does the anatomy look okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel
Almost.
like something's weird
Are you asking
with
about the?
his head.
Maybe the neck is too long.
So like squish him in.
Squish him in and squish him down a little bit, I think.
Now he looks like a turtle.
I think that's more accurate, though. Yeah, just make it bigger. That's a good choice.
I don't know why it looks like a turtle. I'm just bad at drawing, I guess.
No, you are not. He looks like a turtle because you drew him twerking. Which is a strong stance to begin with.
I mean, it's butt money. Twerking is the epitome of that.
You're right. You're right.
I guess I should have looked up twerking poses, but then that would be on my search history.
The only thing I've learned about things that are sexy is that things that are sexy are shiny. That's all I know.
Yeah,
That's
that's how they train you in animation and stuff.
uh-huh.
Okay, but what if I did him um you know how they'll like twerk on the wall?
Oh my god.
Like
Morgan, stop giving yourself more work to do.
Like, you maybe not.
I know the
How
butt.
come ass isn't? Huh?
I know the butt is tantalizing, but
It is.
sorry, what were you saying?
Asses and boobs, like they start out the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll stick with this sexy rat.
Hell yeah. As a YouTuber, I'll never stop being sad about Jenna Marbles.
I know.
Bring her back. I miss her.
Like I'm glad she's taking care of her mental health, but I'm also
Yeah, I mean, obviously that was the right thing for her to do, and I'm happy for her, but I miss her.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, the only thing was in the thing that Anthrocon put out is they were like, we expect you to wear a mask under your fursuit.
Oh.
And I would die.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I would perish.
Like I'm glad that they're, enforcing that, but
Yeah. Yeah, I think right now I'm just gonna hope that NecoCon happens.
yeah.
And then plan on going Anthrocon next year.
Mm-hmm.
Also want to go to FWA next year.
Oh,
If I can.
yeah. I want to go back to Atlanta. That was so fun.
Yeah, I want to go back to Atlanta with real shoes.
I can't believe the soles fell off.
They just straight up fell off. And then I had to like go through the rest of the day like that. Sometimes I
I
forget
know.
that that's part of it.
The fact that they were my shoes is really funny because,
Mm-hmm.
of course, they would be mine, the ones that would fall apart.
You cursed me.
So apparently, I have a bodybuilder one and a sexy dancer one.
Very good. See, you have range in butts. Okay, I need to stop doing this stuff to this so that Ian doesn't pay me more money. I really don't want him to pay me more money for this shit post.
Oh my god. Yeah, you're so fast. What the heck?
I'm sorry. Did you watch me zoom in?
Oh, I'm so slow.
No, you're really not. I'm just weird. Furries are just really fast for me. I just watched you line that bubble butt. It was very good.
There we go.
What are you chuckling about?
And just this. This whole thing is so good.
We have degrees. And we're using it for this. Isn't that great? Isn't that so
the
good?
The best way.
I love it. It brings me joy. Ian, that sounds like something someone would say if they had a foot fetish.
Yeah, you're kind of doing a 2-for-1 deal because you're showing off the feet and the butt.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
You're so good at that line in the back, like the lats, like
Oh,
that one
like
curve.
where like the shoulder blades, in between the shoulder blades down to the butt.
Uh-huh.
Thanks. I just like it. It's like a backwards ass. Whee! I have no real like thoughts behind these eyes. Only haha wee.
No thoughts, only sexy.
No thoughts. Only male torsos is the real truth. On one hand, it was disappointing that we only drew men in figure drawing. On the other
But it
hand,
prepared us for this moment.
well, on the other hand, I was very pleased. I was like,
Yeah.
all I really want to do is draw male torsos, anyways. So
I did all of my homework as girls so that I
that's good. That
could
was
draw.
smart.
I don't know if it helped me that much though.
Yeah, sure it did. You know how to draw ladies way better than I do.
I like organic curvies.
I
They're
thought for a
fun.
moment that you were gonna say I like girls, and I was gonna be like, valid,
Girls.
valid.
I also like girls. Oh my god, I have to take a picture of what Ronan looks like because he looks like I don't even know how to describe it. Hold on. I'll put it in the Discord. His little arms.
Permission to put it on stream?
Totally.
Okay.
Hold on. His little arms are tucked across his chest.
Oh my god.
And he's he's up against the wall.
He looks like a prairie dog.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's
He's
upside
like,
down. There we go. Wait. Now it's correct. He's such a
this angle's
goofball.
even better. This angle from the top is even better.
Why does he want to smush himself against the wall?
Apparently that's a husky thing.
Why?
I don't know. I asked in the chat or the Facebook group if anyone else is husky did it because Ronan does it, and then I got like 300 pictures of huskies doing the exact same thing.
It took me a long time to rotate that image so that it was the correct rotation. Because I could not figure out which way was the correct direction. Such a goofball.
I know, he's so good. I love when he's in his sleepy phase because then he snuggles next to me.
Aw.
oh, so you know how our neighbor stole our trash can?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was trash day. So I was like, oh, maybe, they took it out so I could go get it. They took their trash can out. Ours is still in their yard.
Oh my god. So take theirs.
Well, theirs is shitty. It doesn't have like a top to it.
Oh.
So like how petty. Like you put your trash can out, but not ours because they knew that we would take it back.
Oh my god. That's so dumb.
Yeah, they're literally the worst. Yeah, theirs doesn't even have a lid. Ours was brand new. But like they're not even using ours.
Right, because they don't want you to take it back. So what was the point?
Uh-huh.
It's really stupid. Ian, you're too kind. I am very glad to give you the serotonin. Honestly, we all need more of it these days.
I thought you were gonna say we all need more asses.
We do, you're correct. But that was not my point.
You need asses all the time.
Morgan, you're showing me up with your 3 whole full bodies.
Oh, I mean, I just thought it would be funny to do that meme. I'm just gonna do flats with like the gradient, like what you're doing. So I'm not gonna render.
Good.
I'll try not to. No promises.
You better not. I'll fight.
This buff uh pose kind of looks like the Rodin or like the Thinker or something.
I see the thinker, yes.
And I didn't intend for that. It's really funny.
I have my PayPal open, and now it just says PayPal balance $20. And it feels like a guilt upon my conscience. Hmm.
I should probably go soon so I can let Pup Pup out.
Yeah, same here. I'm just gonna
But
send.
this was a very productive.
Uh-huh. Very productive. Maybe not in the ways we intended, but certainly in good ways.
Yeah, I mean, I lined a couple pages.
Mm-hmm.
And then tried to work out the kinks of one.
I did do all
However
those tails.
unsuccessful that was. Yeah, you did a lot of tails.
Mm-hmm. Progress. I'm gonna send Ian this butt, and then I will call it a night.
The shiny cheeks is very good.
I had to. That's the world tells me. I don't know what things are sexy because I just don't. But I do know that horny people tend to make things really shiny. So that's what I've got to go on.
It's very good. Yeah, I'll work on this more tomorrow. I've been shrimping all day.
Bad.
I
Bad
know.
work in
I need
bed.
a better chair.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm using the one from work, which is fine. But when they want it back, I will be sad.
Yeah, mine just has no support. Okay. Gonna call it for the night. Finish it all tomorrow.
That's fair. Give me one sec. I just have to make things tiny for Discord. Keep accidentally zooming right into the butt.
Accidentally.
It's because it's like
Sure.
dead center of the image, so. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. Let's relieve our poor dogs.
Oh, we'll sleep well.
You too. Thanks, Ian. This stream was sponsored by Ian.
And rat butts
And
is
rat butts.
today's message.
Yes. The word of the day is butts. Bye.